Episode 75 of All the Everything Podcast. I'm Billy. That's Tim. Tim, man, 75 episodes, bro.
Crazy, right?
Right? Yeah.
And you would think like when we hit 75, we would plan something out because it's like only 25 more to 100. But no, we didn't think of anything on theme. So,
Right. Gosh,
um,
we could have done a quarter quill or, like the Hunger Games. It's like every 25
oh,
years.
yes,
Dang.
we should have. Dag nabbit. Oh, well, next time
Oh, well,
when we
next
start
time.
another podcast and then we'll do it. We'll wait for a full year and a half. Then we'll got it.
Got it. Nailed
So
it.
we are recording on Easter weekend. As a matter of fact, this is Good Friday.
It is
So
Good
Good
Friday.
Friday to you, my friend.
You too.
Anyhow, to you, Billy, to our people listening, Good Friday to everybody. And we have Easter this weekend where we get to celebrate big time.
Yes.
So really pumped about that. But we can talk about Easter, all the candy and all the things, but we have something else we need to talk about today. So I think we should just get right into it. Well, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Are you ready, my friend?
You better believe it. Let's get into all the everything, y'all.
All the everything, we've got it all. We've got it all, small, weird, or tall. So grab your snacks, sit back, don't stress. Cause Tim and Billy talk about the randomness. From ancient Rome to UFOs, we'll take you where the weirdness goes. It's two guys talking way too loud about stuff that makes no sense, but we're kinda proud.
Well, welcome back to yet another amazing episode of All the Everything Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Tim Sawhook, and I'm joined by my best friend and another Christ follower, Billy Parchman. How you doing, Billy boy?
What's going on, my man? How are you, sir?
Good, doing really good. Excited for the weekend. Excited for this
Yeah.
podcast today or this week. It's been like a bulk recording. We had to record two because of travel and things coming up. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we are going back to the classic, just an episode where you get to learn a little bit about us because we don't know what's coming next. That's right. We're going back to that question roulette. I don't know what questions are coming. I have no idea. So we'll see how this goes. It could be amazing. It could be a disaster. You never know.
So I think we should get right into the show. Are you ready?
Let's do it, my friend. Let's do it.
All right. So you're going first. We're just going to stick with the very first question here. Let me see what we got. All right. So what's a movie plot that falls apart the more you think about it? I'll give you a second to think for a second. Now I'm thinking like, what's my answer? A movie plot that kind of falls apart the more you think about it.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of like one that just is like
so obvious or doesn't make any sense.
Right. I've heard, and I don't know if this is true. We're going to see it and we'll be able to tell you ourselves, but I've heard that the new Mario movie doesn't have much of a plot. The Mario Galaxy. That it's more of just, it's more from, and of course this is critics, because in critics are different things. So take this with a grain of salt until you actually go see it and you make a decision yourself. But I've heard that it's more just fanfare. Like it was with a very weak plot that just kind of held like the fanfare together, I guess.
Because they were adding all these new things from the Mario Galaxy that people love.
Yeah. And so I don't know if that's true or not. We're actually going to go Chloe's little friend that's a boy, because she doesn't have a boyfriend, but he's a little sweetheart. We're going to all go to the movies to go see Mario. We went and saw the Minecraft movie, had a blast. So that's our game plan. When here at some point you get April's crazy though. It's stacked.
When is it coming out?
I think it's out. I think it's out now. I think it's this weekend.
Midweek opening, didn't it? I just now remembering this. Okay.
Yeah.
See, what's great about this podcast is I can answer my own questions after I actually think about it.
Right.
So you're thinking of a movie that you haven't seen yet, but it doesn't sound like it has a great plot. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
My answer, I didn't have an answer right away. As you were talking, I was able to like breathe for a second and think. Is pretty much anything in Fast and the Furious after like number 2.
Yep.
Like anything after that, it's just like they're jumping tanks out of airplanes and like landing them, and like
they're driving a car to space.
Yeah,
like, literally.
I mean, do I still watch those? Yeah, because I just like I'm an idiot who loves the action. But yeah, if you really sit down and you think about it for a second, you're like, this is the most non-realistic, no way this would ever happen ever. But since they have all the stars in the movie, that's what I think kind of draws you back in. And I like the action movies, right?
That's a really good one. But yeah, it's gotten it's always been kind of ridiculous, except for the first couple ones. Those were more grounded, more but they've gotten to where it's kind of like
they went from like normal people,
they
were doing a little bit of crime here and there to like it's just
family.
Bananas.
Nothing but family.
Family. You did a really good thing with the family thing with that, but that's a whole different story. We're talking about something happened last year. All right, let's move on to something next. Okay. All right. So what's a conspiracy theory you kind of believe, even if you don't want to admit it publicly?
Conspiracy theory that we kind of believe.
You kind of believe like maybe this is true, but you don't really want to tell everybody that.
Well, I do believe that the moon landing was real. I don't believe that it was filmed on a TV lot. But they made a movie with Scarlett Johansson and
Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon. Channing Tatum, friend of the show, by the way.
Yeah, big friend.
Elementary school, with him. Where they had set up that because she was a big marketing and they couldn't fail, so they had the whole thing up, but they actually still went to the moon. It was interesting. It's food for thought, and we have astronauts right now going around the moon as we speak.
Yes,
and but I do believe that is because there's of course conspiracy. We didn't go to the moon, but I do believe we did.
Yeah, I would have to say that's the same conspiracy theory. I would say that I would, if you had to kind of believe one would be that. The only reason why is because like why haven't we been to the moon in 50 years? And like if you were watching any of the coverage of the moon thing this time, everyone's acting like, oh, we've never been this far into space. I'm like, you guys have been to the moon before. That's what you say.
Right.
Why is this 50 years later such a big deal as opposed, what they did before with less technology?
Yeah.
I think if you were drawn to conspiracies, I think that'd be an easy one to get sucked into.
It's crazy to think like our cell phones have more technology and more than the ones that sent people to space.
I know. So it's like, why 50 years off? Why?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, but I'd be kind of right there with you on that one. What is up next? What is something that used to be cool that is now just sad? And I hope no one's saying All the Everything podcast out there. All right?
Oh my gosh, no.
Don't you dare. Billy will come for you. And it'll be on show all the person.
Dropping elbows. Yep.
Dropping elbows. Something would be cool that is now just sad. But the thing I was going to say is kind of back in style again. I was going to say the mullet.
Oh, the mullet is, yes, that is really.
It's back though, right?
Am I wrong on that? No, it 100%. They call it. Was it the cullet? Is it what they're calling it, or like the?
No, I don't know.
So, yeah, that's what they're kind of. Yeah, but it definitely is back in style. I mean, they do like the side fade, and it's not as crazy.
Yeah, but like I never really thought the mullet was really that cool to begin with. But everyone had one for a long time in like the 80s. It was still 90s too, right? The people were doing the mullet.
Oh yeah, I had a mullet in the 90s. Yeah.
Yes, you did have a mullet. I remember now. Okay.
Yep.
So you understand. You used to think it's cool, but now it'd be.
No, I never thought it was cool. My mama didn't want to cut my curls off.
Oh.
Still.
Oh, so you're scarred by the mullet.
I am scarred. Yes, you won't probably will never see me with a mullet, even though if it becomes the hottest hairstyle in the land.
Well, we do have that 80s party coming up, so
we do. It's gonna be pretty epic.
And speaking of that, Laura said she wanted to be Forrest Gump. So
again,
yeah, I was like, that's not really 80s though necessarily. So
those shorts were really short. I dressed as him for when he runs across America.
Oh, okay. Oh, then you know what? We might share the same. This is totally off topic, but yeah. Anyhow, speaking of content, yeah. So I think people, I never really thought it was cool, but I think it used to be a cool thing. Now it's back, and I still just think it's just as sad now as it was then. Personally, if you have a mullet out there, God bless you. You know, wave that. What do they call it? The flow. Let the flow go. Have a nice flow going, and then you can try to be cool. But I would say for me, if I'm thinking on the spot and not like pre-examine these questions, I would say the mullet. I still think it's kind of sad. What about you, Bill?
Yeah. Well, kind of going back to what we talked, I'm going to say Fast and the Furious. It was cool for a moment, and then let's close that book. I know we only have, is it one more that's coming out, and we're gonna close it.
They always say it's one more, and then they do another one. So yeah, we'll probably have them in like wheelchairs one day, and they're racing wheelchairs down the hallway or something.
I mean, Vin Diesel's about to draw Social Security as it is.
I know.
So
I know. There's so many different kind of filters they can put on his face to make him look younger.
Oh my gosh, man!
I mean, we're older, so he's got to be older.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you're stealing my answer and saying it used to be cool, which it did. You're right, and it's just now kind of.
I loved it. I bought a Honda Civic just to soup it up, but never did. But I had a car.
But I had good intentions.
But then there's not much you could do on a freshman college budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You're souping it up for you as like a steering wheel cover. You're like, exactly. Heck yeah.
I got some new dice in the mirror.
Dice in the mirror. Oh, that was next level right there. All right. So let's see. If you had to create a new holiday, what would it celebrate? Well, this is one actually that people have been pushing for forever. The holiday should be the day after the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, come on. Yes.
Celebrating the Super Bowl because there's been a push the last couple of years to make it like actual federal holiday because everybody calls out of work.
It's the most called-in day of the year.
Yeah, you're right. Biggest call-in day of the year. And if somebody's there, they're not productive. They're tired. They're talking about the game, all the commercials. It's gone. I would say easily it would celebrate the Super Bowl the day after. And if you don't like sports, just write it out and get the free day off anyhow. You know?
That's right.
Either way, you win and get paid. What about you?
You know, kind of going, I would, sports as well. Let's just celebrate.
Don't you
the
say
Alabama Crimson Tide? How about the 2nd and 26, right? Tua Tagovailoa goes back, drops back right after having a huge sack. And this is the national championship against Georgia, which is like a beast of a team. He drops back, and then all of a sudden you see the Slim Reaper hit the gas, freshman, Deontay Smith, and he just catches it. We win the national championship forever. There we go. 2nd and 22, February 26th. There you go.
All right. I don't hate it. Don't necessarily love Alabama, but don't hate the idea of a major sporting thing being a date that you have to celebrate. I like that. Now, is it a federal holiday, or is it just like a state thing?
It wouldn't even be a state thing. It would probably be just half the state because half the state goes for Auburn and be like, "Urgh."
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. I already know.
Oh gosh.
So you're gonna go first because I know what you're gonna say already.
Okay.
If you had to eat only gas station food for a week, what's your strategy? I know exactly what you're gonna talk about.
Now I'm trying to overthink it. I'm like, what do you think that I think for gas station food?
We've talked about this on the podcast before.
It does count. My shrimp po' boy?
Yes, because I always said horrible gas station food place, and you said there is what?
That counts. Yes. Okay. When I go home to Mississippi, Gaucher, Mississippi, Fayard's right there off of Gaucher Van Cleve Road. They have like this little deli, but they have fried. I mean, you could see like the fried grease marks just on the ceiling. It's that kind of place, right? That's the best shrimp po' boy. I get that every single time. And I call up and, we do a large order and I guess they've gotten burned a couple times. Where people call in orders and then they never come pick it up. And so every time I call, I'm like, I have a big order because I want them to make it because it's so slow. By the time I pick it up, we
Right.
get there, I'm ready to go. I'm like, I will pay over the phone. I don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
They always end up making it for me. But pretty soon they'll just know that when Billy calls, he's good. So, but yeah,
You're gonna be eating those all week, right?
Oh man, I love me some fried shrimp po' boys.
All right.
Fully dressed. Come on now. Oh man, I could go for one right now.
Oh, well, I'm hungry. I'm very hungry, like we always are when we do this podcast.
Yep.
Which I still don't know why we haven't figured that out yet. Anyhow, normally, so if I was thinking like traditional gas station food for a week, because right now there's like places that are newer here in like Ohio where I'm at, like we have Wawa's now and Sheets and all these different other gas stations that have all kinds of great food inside. Like, so I'm not thinking about that where you can go in and get like a fresh hoagie and fried sandwiches and stuff like that. If I'm thinking about strict gas station kind of food, I don't have this magical place like Billy does where you can go get like a amazing sandwich. Even though they're probably out there at these other places. I'm thinking like the roller dogs that are on there just rolling all day
glizzy.
long.
Get you a glizzy.
I used to say it to the kids. They used to always get a good laugh of it when we'd come into a place and they're rolling. And I'm like, those things have been there since the grand opening. And we call them grand opening wieners. We're like, look, it's the grand opening wieners. They've been on that roller dog for like 6 years. We're picking them up. But I have had a roller dog and those are actually pretty good.
I mean, it plays if you. I mean, you do take the risk of food poisoning, but
and diarrhea.
They play.
And those two shake hands very well together: food poisoning and diarrhea.
Right.
Yeah, I do the roller dogs. I'd mix in some Slim Jims. I gotta hit that Slurpee machine.
Yep.
And probably the candy aisle. I'm a sucker for like a road trip and going to a gas station. And just loading up on that. I used to load up on, I think we talked about this once. I used to load up on a big old bag of sunflower seeds, and I would just chew on those for hours as we're driving, spit them into a cup.
Oh,
dude. Like a real man. Spitting out your tobacco.
Check this out. I'll buy a new bag of it because I'm getting kind of low. I have the Big's Fire Sauce from Taco Bell sunflower seeds.
Oh my gosh.
These things are phenomenal. And today, like on Fridays, we go after school, and I pick them up here in just a few minutes. They get an icy and a candy on Fridays, and so I will be buying.
That's a fun way to do
I'll probably buy a couple bags of them today, just to last me the week and stuff. So, but kind of being on a lower carbs, like watching carbs and
calories and stuff, sugar.
Calories and stuff like that. And when you have like a oral like eating disorder kind of thing, sunflower seeds are always great. A great just to munch on. I love them. Them.
I might need to get some.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, because we have to drive to a couple hours tonight to go to Indianapolis for the Final Four this weekend.
What?
Yeah, at night, like my snack now, because I've been really reducing everything, is I eat pistachios in the shell. Because I like to I kind of do it like a sunflower seed, you kind of suck the salt.
I do the same thing too. Yep.
Yeah, and it's a pretty low calorie snack, and so it's better than eating cake or a candy bar.
Exactly.
Which I want like every day. So
exactly.
So anyhow, I would be hitting all the little different things in the gas station. It would be the roller dogs, Slim Jims, candy, Slurpees. I'd probably be very bloated and gain 500 pounds. But
have you ever been to a Buc-ee's before?
No, I've never had a chance to be to a Buc-ee's yet.
Oh, I mean,
I know that's the end all be all.
There's not a time that I've gone into Buc-ee's and not come out of there without spending well over, not counting gas that we buy because gas is cheaper there, but not even counting the gas. We spend over 100 every time we go in there. I mean, their brisket sandwiches are phenomenal. They're so good. And every time they put a fresh brisket on the board, they yell it out, and then everybody else, fresh brisket on the board. And they have
people kind of crash the area. Do people run and try to get the fresh brisket? Is that like?
They just have. They're just constantly all day. So all you have to do is wait 5 minutes, and they get some more.
Oh, okay.
So they are they're turning and burning on that. And then they have like this really good deli. They have their fudge. My dad made the best fudge ever. I loved like my dad's fudge.
Yeah.
And he actually, before he passed away, he actually sent a batch to my sister, asked him for some, and he sent her some like right before he passed away. And I was like, dang it. I wish but Bucky's fudge is the closest thing that it's not as good as dad's, but it's the closest fudge that I found out there. And so, when I do, and fudge is one of those that you can't eat a whole lot of it at one time because it's just so rich, but man, it's so good. And they have the beaver nugs.
I have had those. Someone brought those back for me. Those things are really good.
Yep. And then I always get like, they have the extra large sodas that are really cheap, and they have their own.
All right, we got to move on because I am getting so hungry.
Yeah. And salsas and beef jerkies. There we go. There you go.
Oh yeah, I've heard about the beef jerky, legendary beef jerky there. Oh gosh, now I'm so hungry.
That's so good, man. We're gonna be by the Buc-ee's in a couple weeks, so we're gonna be stopping by again.
Are you? Dang it! I want to go to Buc-ee's so bad. All right, moving on. Okay. That was the gas station food question. All right. What was something that you thought was a flex but really wasn't? I remember in high school, like we've talked about before, didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so I could never get like the top of the line and everything. But I thought everybody like in high school had those Eastpak backpacks.
Yes,
and I thought if I finally got one of those, I would be so freaking cool. And I would fit in with everything. And it would be like the best thing ever. And I did. I finally had my job, and I went to the mall and I bought one. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. No one ever mentioned it. No, my life didn't change in a drastic way. And it really wasn't that much of a flex, since people probably had phased out of popularity. And there's probably was another backpack that was more popular. But at the time I had caught up from my poor brain watching it over the years to finally like, yes, now I have one. It really wasn't much of a flex at all. Nobody cared. So that was my high school growing up flex.
I kind of think I'm thinking the same kind of around the same lines, like people with cars, right?
Oh yeah.
Now there are some really awesome cars out there, but if you think from an investment standpoint, right? One of the worst things you can use your money on, investment wise, is a car, unless it's like a classic car or one of those that would go up in value. Those are different. I'm taking those off the table. I'm talking about like a brand new, whatever it is, just like the as soon as you hit the pavement out of the dealership, it depreciates like crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to return it or sell it or whatever, the cars. And so, been watching a lot of like videos of like people interviewing millionaires, billionaires, and a lot of them talk about, it's when you're growing and trying to build your wealth or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if you have $1 million in the bank or whatever, what's wrong with driving a Toyota? Because, you're focused on building your wealth or whatever.
Right.
So that's like a mindset there. Like I drive a Toyota, a Sienna van. I drive a minivan.
I miss
Michelle drives. Yeah. Michelle drives 2011 Corolla. And she's a doctor. So, of course she only drives half a mile every day to work and back.
So the car will last her until
it'll last forever. Yeah. It's got less miles than my van does. So,
I believe that because you drive everywhere.
But she's not going to buy a car. She's so frugal as it is. She's that's her car. She's fine. Yeah.
All right. But what was like your flex though? Not just any flex.
No, I'm just saying my flex is my car. That was my flex.
Okay. But it really isn't. Because that was the thing. What's something you thought was a flex, but it's really
just
not.
The neighbor having a nicer car than me.
Okay. I get you.
That was my, sorry. I should have probably explained that better, but don't let them flex on you.
That's right. Don't you flex on me.
Yeah.
Don't try
I got reasonings. I also like the comfort. And I like the size. So there it is.
I would say my biggest flex right now is my bourbon collection. And that's something that people do appreciate. I'm looking at all of it. So it's in front of the camera, behind the camera. So I'm looking everywhere. That's my. I think that was my biggest flex is my bourbon collection right now.
Yeah, nice.
Anyhow, I don't know why I'm trying to flex on everybody with my bourbon. It just happens. Let's go. What's a food that you're convinced is just a scam? What food are you convinced it's just a scam? I don't know whose turn it is to go first. I've lost track. But
yeah,
I will go.
Go for it.
I'm convinced broccoli is a scam. It tastes so disgusting. It smells awful. And what's those like 5 heads of broccoli really doing for me at dinner each night that I'm not getting already in my morning shake or with everything else in it? I think it's a scam. I think it's disgusting. And I think broccoli is a scam. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, coming from this world, like I used to work in this arena and deal with this every single day, and we're dealing with it right now, planning a amazing, it's going to be off the chains kind of conference, for our group here. But I would have to say like hotel food, catering food. Right?
Yeah.
Where they are going to charge $6 for a can of soda. They're going to charge, like, you have a buffet of just grilled chicken. They're going to charge $45 a person for, just like some unseasoned chicken, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like seeing prices and what they charge hotels. Yeah. That's what I would say.
All right, so that does seem like a scam. Those seem like Disney prices, right? So is Disney a scam? I don't even know.
Well, Disney brings the atmosphere too, so you can give them some grace on some of the foods. But I probably won't go back to Space 220 to be honest, just because it's so expensive. But the atmosphere is really cool. I think you should try it at least once. But
yes,
the food might be hit or miss. Just to be honest.
True.
But, it is what it is.
So what's something from the past you're glad doesn't exist anymore? Not necessarily your past, like just something from the past that you're glad. What are you laughing about?
I had something that popped in my mind.
Oh, then you got to share. You're going first this time.
Yeah. Okay. I would think something from my past that doesn't exist anymore, unless they come out with like a commemorative version of it every once in a while. Surge. The soft drink Surge. Did you ever drink that?
Soda. Yeah, I know exactly what you're
talking about. I loved it. I was sad that when it went away, but now as an adult looking back at how much caffeine each one of those had, and just like looking at the side effects from like those drinks, and I would just be down in it like it was nothing, and just the fact that I know there are other energy drinks, but they're labeled as energy drinks. This was just straight up soda, right? This wasn't an energy drink, but the caffeine levels
it gave you energy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So there you go. There you go.
Surge. Something from the past you're glad doesn't exist anymore. So I don't have to necessarily think about food. It could be literally anything, right?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Oh, well, I think I've shared my story. All these stories that all center around me being poor growing up. I think I shared the story about me going to the Christian school and going to the zoo for field trips. I think we talked about this recently. But the only my best clothes that I had, so that the time that we were able to we'd go to the zoo once a year, and that was like the big thing for this school. And that's probably why I hate the zoo today. But you were able to you didn't have to wear your uniform, because the Christian school, we had our uniforms, and you were able to wear like your casual gear, right? Put a pair of jeans on, t-shirt, tennis shoes, whatever, and go to the zoo. The only pair of casual pants that I owned, besides just like stuff from church clothes, school clothes, whatever, was I got handed down to me, not even some of our family, some random person. I had green jean corduroy bell bottoms. And these weren't like the time where bell bottoms were in fashion. Right. It's the only pants I had. I had to wear those to the zoo all the time. I looked like the biggest idiot in the world. And I'm glad those don't exist in my world anymore. They're probably out there still.
They're probably in style right now. They'd probably be like, oh, snap. Those are some sweet pants.
Yeah, I want to see pictures of somebody wearing those. Billy, can you make an AI photo of me wearing
some green
corduroy bell bottoms?
Yeah, sure
jean
can.
Things. Those. Yep. I was humiliated to wear those, but it's the only casual clothes I had.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so sad and depressing. If I think about it as we're talking here. So I'm glad, something from my past that doesn't exist anymore in my life.
Sure.
I'm glad it's those pants because I couldn't move on. I couldn't move on. Well, it feels like we've been here forever, but we are coming to the end of our question roulette today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But we have one final question today. We've talked about money and different things already. So this is a different kind of thing. So, Billy, what's the weirdest, in quotes, rich person thing you'd do if money didn't matter?
It's so funny. Yeah, I was actually, when I was walking today, I've been listening to the Harry Potters, like the new Audible. New Audible, where they voice actors and they play the characters and read the book. So it's been phenomenal. But so I've been walking, and I was walking today, and I was thinking, gosh, you know what would be really cool? Because they have the actual like Hogwarts Express from the original that runs in like Scotland. And I was like, that is a bucket list. But if I was like a billionaire or whatever and had just disposable income, I was like, how cool would it be like over there, like in Scotland or somewhere, that you built a life-size replica of Hogwarts, like a castle. Like that was your home. Like you built that like up on a cliff overlooking the lake or whatever. And that was, and then people would just lose their mind. Not like, I mean, Universal is amazing, like, but that's a theme park. But this is like a real life in the real world. Like,
is this going to be like an Airbnb type situation?
I guess it really, it could be in my mind. Like I was thinking like putting like the special effects and stuff, like you kind of go through, like you'd have like the pictures walking and moving and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
And just like different things. I don't know. It would be cool but if you were super rich and you wanted it to be just your play, like vacation home there or whatever, because you could do it. That would be really cool. And then could you get sued? I know if you sold it like a Airbnb, you probably could, or need licensing. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on that. But
don't worry, you have all the money in the world. You can buy the licensing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I like this. Okay, we make our own rules. Yeah,
that's
so
right.
I own Harry Potter now.
You own Harry Potter.
Yeah,
you are now working you're going to work yourself into the story, even though it's already been told.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's mine. I would build a life size, and of course we would build Hagrid's hut down at the bottom as well by the woods. Of course.
And would you get an animatronic Buckbeak to come in so you could like?
Oh, that would be so cool. Yes, and then I would put a giant spider in the woods. Like you just ran, animatronic
and just throw
spider.
Middle-aged teenage boys with red hair in there and make them get chased by it. So you're like, acting it out the whole time.
Yep.
I like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Oh, that's a great answer. I like that a lot. That made me, my head was spinning because I wasn't sure what I was going to say. But I would love to have a home that looked exactly like Stark Tower and Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I would love a full Iron Man suit. I know they have them like out there. People like create them themselves and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Or you can buy the mask and all the stuff and with Jarvis in it. I would love like to have that Tony Stark tower. I think that's like one of the coolest things in the movies. And it's just opulence upon opulence in his place with everything he has. But yeah, I would do the superhero thing because I couldn't really have superhero powers, but Iron Man doesn't really have Superman power or superhero powers either, right?
Right.
He's just rich and he can do tech like no one's business and owns every kind of weapon in the world. I would go with some kind of like, for sure, like a superhero themed house and get the costume to wear around and just wear it for random things like going out to check the mail. Wearing it in the shower just to see and like this, go through all the most random things in the world.
There you go.
As Iron Man. I am Iron Tim.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, this is fun. I like these. I love doing question roulette. I wish we would have had time for a little bit more, but you know what? It just keeps you wanting more. And we want to know answers to your questions.
That's right.
And we want to tell everybody listening out there, we do have an exclusive group chat for followers and listeners of the podcast where we talk about the episodes, where you can laugh and make fun of us. You can share your answers to our questions. And we might even start leaking things out ahead of time. You might find out what new episodes are coming even before they come out, what topics are to come. You might be able to impact the topic. So if you want to join the exclusive, we're not charging anybody yet to be part of our group chat. Let us know. Reach out to me or Billy and we'll get you in.
That's right.
So you can be part of that action. But other than that, Billy, where can they check in with us besides our new exclusive group chat?
That's right.
Well, about everything.
Yeah. you head over to facebook.com. And yep, that's going to be our main hub, especially like if you want to get in contact with us, you can message us right there on Messenger. It'll come right to us. We'll get you all set up. We would love for you to, just see our content on there, like, love, share, all the things, right?
Yeah.
Put if you put a post out there about this podcast on your own feed, that would just mean the world to us.
It does.
Just throwing that out there. If I saw that and I was like, oh, snap. That is amazing. Okay. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. You can watch this whole full episode here, or you can listen wherever you get your podcast. And if you're hearing this, you are already doing that.
Boom.
So there you go.
Ahead.
Yep. But while you're there, leave us a 5-star written review, please. That would mean the world to us.
It does. There you go. The littlest things make the biggest difference to us. Matter of fact, in that little private group chat, one of our listeners, Bethany, did a whole voice memo about everything from our past episode that we just had. And it was the biggest bucket filler for me and Billy, just to hear people reacting to our content. And so, it's the little things that go a long way to keep us creative and pumping out all these great episodes for you guys. Well, again, thank you guys for joining us today for another amazing episode of All the Everything Podcast. I hope you guys have a great week. Happy Easter, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.